Welcome to episode 11 of Coach's Vision. Wow, this is already our 11th episode. Yeah, cool. We're now gonna break down how the Celtics won game 5. Now it's 3-2 in the Eastern Conference Finals. Miami got off to a great start. So essentially, we're going to distinguish the first quarter and the third quarter. The first quarter, Miami had a very comfortable run. They were running their offense, and then Coach Brad Stevens got upset at halftime, and he left the team to talk among themselves in the dugout. And I think it worked because the Celtics came out in the third quarter with a lot more urgency, and it was going to be very evident and obvious just in the little things. Again, what we want to do here at Coach's Vision is to point your attention to the little things that coaches watch and sometimes you don't notice as a fan of the game, as a student of the game, when you're watching this beautifully played NBA series. So we're gonna take a look and we'll check out the Miami Heat versus the Boston Celtics. Okay, we pick it up right here, right from the start of the ball game, first play. We'll show you how loosely they're playing Duncan Robinson. Take a look, he's getting the ball right there, no problem, very easy. Nothing, he makes that pass again, gets it quite easily, not much pressure, no attempt to deny at all by Kemba Walker. And then even when Tice switches, it's not a real aggressive jump switch. He still gives Duncan some room to shoot. Right here, there, that's too much space. That's too much space. Duncan's man is trailing behind him, but this is too much space between Tice and a hot shooter like that. That's just too much room for Duncan Robinson. And he will make you pay. Yes, that was a pretty good challenge, but it was too late. For a quick trigger like that, you know that's not going to be enough. And the problem of the Celtics in this first quarter was those turnovers. And you can just see here the velocity and the pace of the offense of the Heat. Butler drives, nothing there, quick reversal, pass right there, and check it out. On that pass by Crowder to Butler, watch this cut by Crowder and watch Tatum caught ball watching. He's caught ball watching, and that gives up a very easy give and go. So those are just effort plays, effort stuff. It's not about defensive schemes or scouting reports. It's just a matter of effort from the start here. Again, the Celtics in their offense, another turnover leads to an easy Miami basket. Again, there's really no good defense against transition points off turnovers. Another turnover right there. And that was the problem of the Celtics in the first quarter that gave Miami a really good start and a pretty good lead in the first quarter. That turnover leads to this Miami play. This is the regular action on a wing pass right here. Passer goes to that corner and you'll see that staggered screen for the shooter right here for Duncan Robinson. Now when Robinson sees his man trailing behind him like Jaylen Brown is doing, Duncan Robinson is going to do the right thing. He's going to curl off that staggered screen. Right here, just like this. Okay, Miami on their first look, there was nothing. They now go to the continuity. Ball screen, they're trying to see if they can hit Bam right there on that roll. But the Celtics do a good job covering it, so they go to the next part of their offense, which is high post action. So when they hit this high post, they can run a dribble handoff for that, or Crowder can dribble to the next guy, or he can just do this. Takes a look, nothing there. He sees Kemba Walker on him, he likes this matchup, pull up, gets clipped on the arm. And again, you can argue whether that's a good call or not, but the reality is that Celtics turnover gave the Miami Heat a 3-point shot. Next play right here. Now it's the Celtics that's in their movement. Dribble handoff, nothing there. Good kick, penetration, kick out, turnover. Another the Celtics turnover in what? The first 7 minutes of this ball game. And that's why Miami was able to get into a rhythm in this first quarter. Get their movement, nothing there. Now it's a matchup that Jimmy Buckets likes, and he takes Hayward to the rack. Again, dribble handoff, nothing, reversal, movement, and take a look. This is where you see the excellent movement of the Miami Heat on offense. Exchange right there. There's denial, keep moving, they get that handoff. Great defense by the Celtics, but take a look at Robinson. His shot was denied, he does not stop moving. Now he's wide open, and that leads to that foul right there. This time you're going to see the Heat run one of their options on their movement. This wing pop here, instead of getting a pass, Iguodala now sets a screen for Dragic to go all the way to the hoop for a layup. And this is just bad defense on the Celtics part. Bad on the ball defense, and they don't really help, and they give that layup up. And this time we'll see just some casual marking on the hot guy. There he is. Just check out, take a look there at Duncan. He's coming down slowly as if he's gonna take a screen, the fake. And again, that's the only space that he needs for his quick release, and he makes Jason Tatum pay for that. So at halftime, Coach Brad Stevens leaves his players in the locker room and says, you talk about it. It's your season that's about to end in 24 minutes, so must have worked because the Celtics came out with a lot more urgency, and you can see just in the effort, they didn't do anything special, no defensive schemes, nothing extra, just dialed up their effort by half a second, half a step, and that's gonna start by this I thought that was the crucial matchup, putting in Jaylen Brown on the hot guy on Duncan Robinson. And that seemed to play mind tricks on Robinson, because even when he got good looks, when it was Jaylen Brown chasing him, he was not that accurate. Let's take a look. Here's the regular Heat high post action, but off the start, you're going to see there's a lot of pressure on the ball. There's no space in between, even with a guy who they normally give pressure to, and that's the big guy, Adebayo. Thighs is right in his grill. Making it difficult, and watch that trail here of Jaylen Brown for that handoff. They know that's coming, but Jaylen Brown, almost like he's really going towards the back of Duncan Robinson to bother the ball and make Duncan Robinson think about getting his shot blocked. And compared to the space that he was having in the first quarter that we showed you earlier with Tatum and with Tice. Look how tight Jaylen Brown is. He's just side by side, chest to chest, shoulder to shoulder with Jaylen Brown and with Duncan Robinson. And because of that, right there, he overruns him a little, but Robinson misses. Here it is again. As you see here, check out how they're marking the shooter. Ball is inside in the post. Adebayo, take a look at how they're guarding Robinson. He's headhunting for a screen. So they switch here. And check out Marcus Smart. He's not even looking at the ball. He's really just focused on his guy, Duncan Robinson. They're not going to give him an open look. Adebayo faces up, wants to attack, takes a dribble. Smart turns his head a little bit, but he's right there with Duncan Robinson. And that leads to that turnover. And this is how the Celtics got back in this game. Just with their defense leading to runouts and easy transition points like that. Much more active on the defensive end, leading to steal. And this gives you an idea of how tight they want to play defense. That foul that Tice gives up, they don't mind it because that means they're really very aggressive on the passing lanes. They're really being aggressive on the denial. And here it is. Again, it appears like if it's Jaylen Brown on Duncan Robinson, his confidence is not as sky high taking those shots as when it's other guys that are guarding him. Again, I think because of Jaylen's quickness, his jumping ability, and just his commitment to stick with him. Take a look. Ball is here. It's so far from the attack point, but take a look at this. Already, Jaylen Brown is marking Duncan Robinson. This is why for you who watch the game, this is the reason why Dragic became very aggressive in the fourth quarter. Because he couldn't get anything out of Robinson due to the defense that they were playing on him. A lot of pressure on the ball, a lot more pressure. They lose Robinson a little bit, but all that movement and all that pressure is now forcing them to miss, leading into transition points. And when the Heat go into their zone, every team in a zone, the vulnerable part is the middle. The problem is, can the Celtics exploit it? And finally, they get a situation where they get the ball in the high post against the zone, and this is what happens. That's crucial. If Tice can constantly make that shot, then the Celtics may have found the antidote to the Miami Heat killer zone. Coming back down, these are the little things. These are the little things that you want to watch out if you're just a regular fan, or if you're an aspiring coach, you're interested, a student of the game, that the coaches see. And this is the reason for coach's vision. We draw your attention again to this guy, Duncan Robinson, and his defender. Watch the footwork of Jaylen Brown. Just the little step that prevents Duncan Robinson from using this screen by Adebayo, forcing him to go away from the play. And that's why for me the MVP of this game really was Jaylen Brown, not only for his offense but his great defensive work. Take a look. The screen is coming. Robinson wants to use it. Look at this step there, right there of Jaylen Brown. He's getting his body in position to play and deny the screen. And as he does that, he forces Robinson away from the screen, away from the play. And now they have to go to their next movement, forcing the Miami Heat out of their offensive rhythm to try to do something else. And now they're running out of time under shot clock pressure. Miss, and there's another run out situation. And that's Jaylen Brown going all the way to the cup. Another situation that we're seeing, contrary to the first quarter where Robinson was catching the ball very easily and pulling up for his threes. Watch now this time on the transition how Marcus Smart takes away that easy three for Robinson. Again, these are the little things that mean so much right here. When he's ready to take it, there's Marcus Smart. And just that little step right there, that marking and that denial, look how close he is. Look at that difference now defensively as against what it was in that first quarter. Because of this, they force Miami to go away from Robinson. Still not a bad option. And now here's another look, and this is a great example. Just the little effort, just a half step, half second, and that means a lot in taking away and disrupting the offensive rhythm of the Miami Heat offense. Take a look at all the denials that you will see on this inbound play. Dragic comes to the ball. There's that first denial. Kemba Walker gets in the passing lane, prevents the easy inbound pass. So what does Miami do? Now Miami, because of that first denial, Miami now goes to their second option. But there's that second denial, right there. Second denial, that time that's Tatum denying the pass to Crowder. And even while that's happening, take a look here at Theis on Adebayo denying. Take a look at this. Jaylen Brown on Butler denying. Forcing that extra step, finally gets it, but we always say if you can make your man take an extra step and waste an extra second of that clock, then that cumulative effect is going to be advantageous for the defense. Forced penetration, miss, another rebound, another run out for the Celtics. Another quick, easy layup. And now let's see what the Celtics are doing to that ball screen with on that Adebayo roll. Check it out here. Notice how many times Adebayo had the easy rolls earlier when he rolls to the basket of a handoff or that pick and roll. Here it is again. That handoff. And Tyler Hero strings his man through. And normally you're going to see that roll here by Adebayo for the lob and the dunk. But take a look this time at what the Celtics and how the Celtics defend this. There it is, just that little check. Just that little check here by Kemba Walker and that awareness of this guy as well. And so now Tyler Hero knows he cannot throw that lob. That lob is not available for Adebayo. The only options are a swing pass out there, which Walker can get to, effectively stopping that handoff action. And now it's one-on-one, Hero versus Jaylen Brown. And Jaylen Brown has just been an elite defender this entire series, forcing a rushed three-point shot under heavy pressure. It goes in, but those are the shots that they are going to live with. They can live with shots like that. On the pressure dynamic of this third quarter, offensive rebound, putback. I think Tice and Cantor combined at 24 points in this game. Big indicator on the kind of effort that they put in for this ball game. And I think in this game, at least, the Celtics in the second half outworked the Heat, forcing another miss. Transition opportunity, and they've got the chance to run. And again, when you are running, there is no great half-court defense. That transition, best way to score against great defensive teams. But the key is to make a stop and then get the rebound. Obviously, the Celtics did that in the third quarter, got them the lead, and now we've got a 3-2 series. That's a dilemma coaches always face in games when you're down. Do you go and do something different, a new gimmick, a different scheme, try to move a little bit away from your game plan? Or how long are you going to stick to your game plan? That's really where the art and the pulse of coaching comes in. There's a science, but there's also an art to coaching and strategy. And you can see in this game that Brad Stevens didn't do anything special. They just came out and played a little bit harder. They made sure to outwork the Heat in the little things, led to missed shots, led to some turnovers, led to easy baskets for the Celtics. And before you know it, we've got a series. It's now 3-2 in the Eastern Conference Finals. So, to the aspiring coaches, or if you're coaching your own teams today, these are the things that you have to think about and you have to actually prepare for. When you put your game plan together, you also have to have what I call scenario planning. What if my option 1 doesn't work? Do you have an option 2? Do you have an option 2.1? Do you have an option 3? Whatever it is. And then the foundational question, is it a strategy, tactical problem, or is it simply an effort problem? Those are the little things that we have to always think about. And hopefully, as you get to appreciate these little intricacies, you get to enjoy the games even more here with the help of us here at Coach's Vision. Got a great series ahead of us. The next episode, we're now going to go back to our playoff rondo that we did the last episode, but we're also taking a look a little bit at Jamal Murray. It's going to be very exciting. We'll see you back here on Coach's Vision.